Good morning, good afternoon. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're watching from. Welcome to another episode of All Things Ilias. This has been a while that I haven't done an episode, so I am back. For those of you watching, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe because I have bills to pay. The 2024 season is coming to an end. And I want you to look back at this and remember and remind yourself that you could have done more. That there were times you were resting in which you probably should have been out investing and expanding your investment portfolio. You should have gone to the gym more. You should have had drank more water. You should have eaten healthier food. The season is now ending, and look at you. Same old story every year. Do better, because who is going to carry the boats, the logs, the laptops around, walking around, doing corporate stuff? Who else? So you have to do it for yourself and your family, but most importantly, yourself, because human beings are selfish. And with the season ending, I'm sure you're happy, but don't feel accomplished. Go out there and still make use of the last 2 days. Go on a hike, go for a swim across a lake, which is probably too hard to swim across. Prove your worth. Try harder. No, I'm just joking. I hope the year's been gone well for those of you watching. It seems very sort of surreal, to be honest, how time goes very quickly, and I haven't sort of been able to like reflect. You just do stuff, and it was just like beginning of 2024, and I was planning to fly overseas. I did that, came back, and then it was March, then April, May, June, and then August came around, which was a bit warm in Canberra. So I was looking forward to the summer, and then the summer's here, and now it's almost the end of the year. And by the time I will edit and release this, it will be 2025. How crazy is that? Reflect back to the time when you were a child and that you couldn't wait to grow up. The school year used to be so long. The holidays were kind of short, but you would have all these plans, like you couldn't wait. And the time was slow and you had more fun. Now we're all just zombies, and we are addicted to our screens, looking at stuff all day, swiping across the reels, and our attention span has reduced. I do have an existing problem at the moment, and I'm happy to have a conversation about it. My eyes are itchy. Do you ever just go in the shower and put too much soap on your face, and then you want to hang on to that so it can just sit there for a bit because you think your face will be cleaner the longer the soap is on your face, even though there is no scientific evidence to support that? And then you try to wash your body, and now the soap is trying to go into your eyes. So you have to close your eyes and you have to sort of clean your body, wash your body in the dark. And sometimes you hit an elbow into the shower door, or you don't know where you are, and then you want to look just like a little bit, and then the soap gets into your eye, and now you can't open your eye because now it's hurting because it's inside your eye. But then you don't want to rush. You're like, while I'm at it, I'll still just do the whole body, the back, the legs, everything, and then I'll wash my face. Does that ever happen to you? Or is that exclusively a me thing? And that's a mystery that we will solve in the near future when we interact and you tell me in your responses if you're as stupid as I am. I've recently watched the movie Longlegs. After all that hype and all the memes that I saw online, I thought, well, I might give that a go and see how it is. And I liked it. I like Nick Cage being Nick Cage. And I love the scene where he's like, Mommy! Daddy! Release me from the evil. I'll try again. Mommy! I'll try again. Sorry. I'll just hang on. I've got this. Mommy! Daddy! Release me from the devil, or words to that effect. I like the build up towards it, but I think the ending was a bit more simplistic. I could tell that the main protagonist, the agents, I think, was she an FBI agent? Her mom was probably in on it. I could tell. I'm like, she's in on it. So it's that's how sort of it's worked. So the ending was a bit simplistic, but I love the mummy, daddy, and also he didn't have his legs weren't long. So the movie is called Longlegs. Make him tall or something like with a short torso and longer legs, like he's been to Turkey for the height growth surgery. Which actually, if that's a successful thing, I might end up doing it. If I could add a few inches, why not? I'll probably look a bit odd if I sort of increase it to like 6 feet, because then I'll have a small torso and long legs. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the time where it's either that or I can get bionic legs. I was gonna say like Oscar Pistorius, but he had other legs. So, but yeah, he increases height. I'm like sure. I mean, if he was, yeah, he his upper body was a bit short for the legs that he had. So, Oscar Pistorius is also out of prison, and that goes back to now that in this podcast we come full circle. The time has gone so quickly that Oscar is a free man. He was released earlier in this year. He's keeping a low profile. I'll share some links for people to read if you're interested. But yeah, he's out. It's like when Jose Mourinho said, I am 56 or something. And yesterday, only yesterday, I was 18. And that's how quickly time goes by. I've also been thinking about social interactions and how when you're invited to like a party or like an event with other people, it doesn't have to be like a work thing, but like a social gathering. And you already know the conversations, the kind of conversations that will take place there. It's mostly about, people's success. People talk about their jobs, their work, and how important it is, and how important they are, and how much they accomplish and achieve, and their side hustles and investments. Let me be an underachiever. Why do I have to feel bad? Why do I have to take part in this tomfoolery and try to sort of build myself up and talk about work? I already spend like 40 hours there a week. I don't have to talk about it outside of it. There is no reason whatsoever. Good for you for investing in crypto. Good for you for buying good stocks. I'm in a loss. I've stopped. But good for you. Why am I here to feel bad about my failures? Why are you here to build up yourself? If you're doing that well, enjoy it. All of us don't have to know. Then I don't want to go home all anxious and thinking, oh my God, I need to do more. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But in a social gathering, stop it. Talk about stupid stuff like sports, like your hobbies, weird stuff. Make jokes. I find it very, very challenging to go to a social event for people to be like, well, what do you do? Oh, right. And you can tell as you're talking, they're not paying attention. They don't hear like anything you're saying. So you're basically saying it to reaffirm what you think about yourself. Because just go, oh, and I do that as well. I'm like, interesting. Yeah, how does that work? Oh, wow, never thought about that. And in my brain, I continuously think I could be home right now. or hey man, it's okay. It's okay. We don't have to act like we're the most successful people in the world. This is my whole like gripe with the whole like people kind of thing as well. It's hard to accept the fact, but sometimes you're just average. You're not in the 95th percentile of anything. Someone has to be the NPC, like the guy in the back. Someone has to be an extra on a movie set. This is us, most of us. Not every star has to shine the brightest. It can in its own space, but that's why normal people exist. Because we live normal lives. We are in the background. And it might sound harsh. I am not a hero of my own story. Maybe I am in some ways. But I'm basically like the guy holding the cup in the morning who just walks by. And you go, but that's all you sort of like think about him. That's me. And that's okay. Most of us are that in this world. But how many people are there? Like 8 billion? I probably would say like 7.9 billion people are normal, average, just around, exist in the background, and that's okay. So let's not, when we meet up in a social gathering, act like we're some hot shit, because I'm not. I could use some big words and try to make my work seem more interesting than it already is. Unless you're like an astrophysicist or like a nuclear scientist, let's just relax. Let's just all relax and talk about regular life stuff. Because we already go to work. We will do this well, at least I will do this for the next 30 years until I'm 60 years old. We don't need this kind of comparison and like a race against time to achieve more stuff. Life is already very stressful and anxious. So sit back, relax, and be normal. With that being said, thank you very much for watching this episode, and I shall see you in the next one, whenever that is.